Ryan Garcia has been in the news a lot lately, and it's not just because of his upcoming fight against Devin Haney. While a lot of us are excited for that fight, including myself, I've wanted that fight since even before I was a UFC super fan. Like, this fight is awesome. I mean, both these guys have history in the amateurs. Ryan Garcia is a really popular star. Devin Haney, in my opinion, is one of the best boxers in the scene right now. I actually think he's better than Gervonta Davis. Gervonta might have more power, and I know there's talks of him knocking him out in sparring, but I think Devin Haney is better, and I think he would win in a potential matchup. And while recording this video, the sparring session did get leaked. Now, I don't want to talk too much about it because at the end of the day, this is an edited up, chopped up piece of sparring footage. This isn't the full sparring footage. Not to mention, Devin Haney was extremely young when this was taken, so you have to take this with a grain of salt. I don't think there's a lot to talk about with this, but maybe I'll make another video about it if you guys want, and let me know in the comment section below. But let's talk about the actual fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Are both guys I give a lot of respect for because they both go after hard challenges. I mean, Devin Haney, I believe, is like the youngest undisputed champion of all time, and Ryan Garcia just faced off against Gervonta Davis last year and is now facing Devin Haney. And credit to him, because even in the Gervonta Davis situation, I mean, there was a lot of stipulations in the contract preventing him from, performing as well as he could. Not saying he would have won the fight anyway, but I'm just saying he accepted the fight for the fans, for himself, to test his greatness, and he's doing it again against Devin Haney. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the fact that there's clearly something wrong with Ryan. Now, I'm not the only person that's pointed this out, right? I've seen a lot of people point it out, and I noticed it, and I was thankful that a lot of people are also talking about it, because I had noticed something was wrong on Monday and was like, okay, let's see this out. And then we saw press conference after press conference. It just seems that Ryan Garcia, I don't know what's going on with him. We're going to speculate as to what at the end of the video, but I'm going to show you guys some clips, show you guys some evidence, and before we get into it, I'll remind you guys to subscribe button, like, comment, and share. We're almost at 12K, guys, so if you guys just hit the subscribe button, like, comment, because that will help the algorithm suggest the video to other people. And before we get into the whole Ryan Garcia situation, I have a question for you guys. How many combined knockouts does Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia have? Comment in the comment section below and make your guess, and I'll reveal that at the end of the video. But let's keep talking. Ryan Garcia, as I mentioned, he has an upcoming fight against Devin Haney. This thing has been finalized for the Barclays Center, and they are having their press conferences this week. He started off the week by going on the MMA Hour. The MMA Hour had a special with both fighters, both promoters on the program, talking about the upcoming fight. And Ryan Garcia, I mean, he just seems a little bit off. From his just weird facial expression, like those weird twitches he does with his face, to also this new scratchy voice he has.
Willing to fight for Golden Boy, make that dough for both of us, and, do good business.
Look, he might be coming down with a cold. Maybe something's wrong with his throat. I don't want to make too many assumptions. I'm not here to say, oh, Ryan Garcia is on cocaine or something like that. That's not really the point of this video. But he also goes on weird tangents and things like that, like things that don't even matter. Like, he goes on a tangent about his promoter.
How about you and Bernard?
No, we are not cool at all. I don't know what's up with Bernard.
What happened?
I don't know. The dude is crazy. Like, he literally looked at me and just talked shit out of nowhere. I thought nothing, like, I don't have no beef with him.
And he just goes on to also other tangents, talk about the negotiation process in the Gervonta Davis fight and how he feels like that they screwed him. And at the end, I think the most popular part amongst MMA fans is the fact that he believes he could take on Sean O'Malley.
It was about Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Oh, yeah, bring that motherfucker on. I'll beat his ass in MMA, guaranteed.
In MMA?
Yeah, I'm a natural. You don't understand. I'm a natural wrestler. I just beat my security that's a wrestler. I beat him. I'm strong, and I got crazy conditioning.
Now, look, I think a lot of fans can be extra critical and unfairly critical when boxers and other people try to seek out these sort of challenges. At the end of the day, in my opinion, I think it's admirable for Ryan Garcia to challenge Sean O'Malley in an MMA fight. Most boxers would say, hey, let's go meet in the middle and fight in boxing, quote-unquote meet in the middle. Because that's what honestly is the easiest option, right? I mean, out of the two, obviously it's a lot easier for Sean O'Malley to go into boxing than it is for Ryan Garcia to go into MMA. I don't think this fight is going to happen in MMA. I don't really see that there's really a hunger for it. You never know, but the fact that he says things like that he could beat him with 3 or 4 months of training is bananas. Look, if Ryan Garcia said, hey, I want to fight Sean O'Malley in MMA, maybe in 2 years, maybe I train this year, get a couple regional fights in, and by regional fights, I mean maybe he just has his own promotion and does it his way, and kind of gets some warm-up fights and then goes to the UFC. Maybe that is something that could actually happen. Now, is it going to be successful? We don't know. I'm not here to say that he's going to succeed necessarily, but that is at least a reasonable claim. But Ryan Garcia is being far from reasonable. The next day, Tuesday, the New York press conference takes place. We see Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. They're arguing. They're going back and forth. The bad blood is real. There was at some point where it seemed like they were, having a friendly competition. Now I feel like it's turned. Devin Haney says it's because Ryan Garcia criticized his religion. I don't know how true that is. I don't know what the whole deal with that is. I mean, I think that would be pretty crazy if Devin Haney made that up. I'm sure there's either a misunderstanding or maybe it is true. I don't know. Or maybe Devin Haney's lying. I guess any of those options are possible, but regardless, I'm not going to speculate too much on that. And we see Ryan Garcia. I mean, credit to him. He's coming out full promotion mode. I mean, we see he has thrones. He has girls behind him. And I just want to say, first of all, boxing has to change these press press conferences. Like, what are these press conferences? Having each promoter talk for like 15 minutes at a time. Like, I want to shut this thing off in the first 5 minutes. We want to see the fighters talk. That's all people care about. Now, as Bernard Hopkins is speaking right now, you guys might remember this name because Ryan Garcia the previous day had beef with this guy. Randomly, as he's giving his little speech to the press, we see Ryan Garcia try to squash the beef with him.
Believe it will be.
Bernard, you want to squash the beef? For real?
We don't have no beef.
Okay, there we go then.
We don't have no beef.
There we go. No, we are not cool at all. Dude is crazy.
And you could just tell Hopkins is completely caught off guard. Like, he's just like, what? Oh, we don't have beef? Like, what's the problem? It just seems like everything Ryan Garcia is doing lately is just very impulsive. Even taking this fight. I mean, look, let's be real. This isn't the traditional boxing route. Ideally, he would probably want to have another warm-up fight. Maybe do it at the end of the year. Maybe plan it that way. Maybe fight a Rolly Romero. Do it the smart way, as Floyd Mayweather was trying to tell him to do. Now, clearly, he's not following that path. And I'm going to get into a lot of speculation as to why he might not at the end of the video. But even when Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia face off, they have this weird exchange where, you know, Devin Haney accuses Ryan Garcia of smelling like alcohol, calling him an alcoholic.
We don't know which Ryan we're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know. So we don't know if he might be off a bottle of Casamigos when we're talking about it.
Now, like I said, I think Ryan Garcia has been acting very strange lately. I don't know what it is, and alcohol could be an answer to all of this. Maybe he's been drinking, you know, a little bit. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he's just trying to seem a little more comfortable. Maybe the tank loss did something mentally to him. I don't know, but lately he's just been acting very different. Because if you look at him during the Gervonta Davis buildup, he's completely different. He's a lot more cool, calm, and reserved. Of course, there was beef there, but it wasn't like this. One could argue that this is all just for promotion, or we're gonna find that out, I think, more after the fight and see how Ryan acts then. But then the next day, we see Ryan Garcia on a Twitter space, and he says this.
Training good. I'm laughing because I'm high as fuck.
Now, look, there's tons of fighters that smoke weed, right? I mean, you look at Nate Diaz, look at Sean O'Malley himself even. I mean, a lot of guys smoke weed during training camp. They usually cut back a couple weeks before. A lot of people have speculated, is this even weed? Is it cocaine? Is he saying that? I don't think so. I think most likely he was smoking weed, smoking a little bit of the devil's lettuce. And I'm just saying, it's just a little weird to get on a Twitter space and to announce it. And then we get to Thursday, we have another press conference in Los Angeles, and Ryan Garcia at this point takes all the negativity from this week and basically kind of just apologizes and says, look, that he isn't a drug addict or anything like that, and he tries to make the record straight.
Yeah, that part. You finally got somebody raising your hand saying, I'm real. I'm like this. I do drink. I do smoke. Now what? It's okay. Guess what? We all have our flaws, and we all evolve as people.
Fast forward 20 minutes later, he does this.
You're with me 24/7. Have you ever seen me do cocaine? Never in your life, huh? I love you. What happened? Ever. Fuck out of here, motherfucker. Hey, what if I came up there and I beat the fuck out of you, motherfucker?
Yelling at the fans, trying to convince everybody he's not on cocaine. Like, Ryan, I don't think you're making your case here. Then Ryan completely shuts down randomly.
Rye, Queen Rye, are you gonna be there?
All right.
Are you having a panic attack over there, Ryan? What's going on?
Devin.
Kind of just acting abnormal, and that's what it is. I feel like he's been acting very rash. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's very impulsive, and this could be due to a lot of things. And I'm not here to say, oh, it's because he's on cocaine. I'm not here to say it's because he's on drugs, but it could be due to stress. It could be, yeah, this is a massive fight. He just lost to Gervonta Davis. He also just has a new baby. He's going through a divorce. If Ryan Garcia loses Devin Haney, I really don't know where his career is going to go after this. I respect Ryan so much for taking this fight, and that's why I have a lot of sympathy for the guy, and I'm not here to hate on it. This is more of a concern. I'm more curious, you know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think is wrong with Ryan Garcia? Now, before I get into the answer that a lot of people have for this whole thing, I'm going to answer the question before I ask you guys, how many combined knockouts does Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia have? Ryan Garcia is in the lead with 20, while Devin Haney has 15, making 35 combined knockouts. How close were you? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm excited to see. I answer all comments, so let me know and ask any questions. Now let's review what is the answer to all this. Well, I want to direct you guys to Bryce Hall, fellow TikToker, you know, kind of fell off recently. He's kind of just there now. I know now he does bare knuckle boxing, but apparently he has accused Ryan Garcia of potentially having a gambling addiction, and apparently he is in so much gambling debt that allegedly that is the reason why he's going after all these big money fights, why he's rushing into it.
Ryan Garcia, so he's trying to get the $10,000 from me, but I know about the poker games that he's losing millions of dollars at because I've played at some of those games and they tell me how much of like a fucking fish he is.
Now, I'm not here to say it's true. I honestly don't know. Bryce Hall's a guy that trolls. He's a guy that talks shit. I know he has beef with Ryan Garcia, so take this with a grain of salt, guys. This is all alleged. But I will say, if this was the case, it would make sense. I mean, this would make sense as to a lot of the decisions that Ryan is making, especially fighting Sean O'Malley, especially saying, hey, he wants a bag to fight Sean O'Malley and declaring that. Is Ryan Garcia at a point in his career that he's okay with losing, that he's putting money above anything else, even without this whole gambling thing? Like, could that just be it? Is this guy just after the money? He has talked about for a long time wanting to retire around that 25-year age. Well, Ryan Garcia right now is at 25, so I would not be surprised if maybe he's like, you know what, let's just test it, let's just do it, let's fight Devin Haney. If I win, I win. If I lose, I'm done. And he's just like, yo, I got my money, and that's that. Ryan Garcia, at the end of the day, let's talk about the matchup. Does Ryan Garcia have a potential to win? Absolutely. I mean, he has power, he has a lightning fast left hook, but I just think Devin Haney is really technical. I don't think that Ryan Garcia is going to really give him anything that he hasn't seen. Ryan Garcia has not really changed as of recent. I thought his last performance against Duarte was incredibly boring. I thought that, you know, he kept turning his back on him, you know, trying to do a little Philly shell, and kind of similar to Devin Haney. Devin Haney has a Philly shell, but except he's just really better at it, and I think the fight is going to go to decision right now. At least I'm going to see how I feel later on. I'm going to do a little bit more breakdown, but as of right now, I think it's going to go to Devin Haney by decision. Devin Haney, like I said, he's extremely talented and one of the best boxers in the scene right now. I think Ryan Garcia, if he pressures Devin Haney, he might have some success here and there, but I think we're going to most likely see Devin Haney do a really good job picking his shots, landing shots. I think we're going to see a very dominant performance from him. But guys, if you haven't already, check out my video talking about the death of YouTube boxing and why YouTube boxing is now down the hole, like why it's just dead now. And also check out my other video talking about why Brian Ortega would get destroyed by Ilia Topuria if they fought, for you MMA fans watching. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best fan base in MMA. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next one.